Welcome back to Fight Night in Saudi Arabia. This is episode 3 of our exclusive daily podcast from Jeddah here on talkSPORT. I'm Adam Catterall. Pleasure as always to be with you as we build up towards Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. The rematch taking place this Saturday night, live, exclusive and free on talkSPORT. Make sure you come and join us from 8 p.m. Joining me, as ever, as he has been doing all throughout the course of the week, my right-hand man, the one, the only Spencer Oliver, and we've got a special guest for episode 3, a man that can give us some serious insight into heavyweight fighting. War himself, Derek Chisora. Derek, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm alright, how are you?
Very well, man, very well. You're looking good, you're looking calm, you're looking nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
Is it treating you well, Jeddah?
Jeddah's treating me very well, can't complain. It's too hot here. It is burning. But you know, it's not hot like Europe. The hot here is just...
It's like a humid hot.
There's no air, man.
Makes you sweat, man.
It just leans on you, like, probably like on top of you, like, boom, like, leaning on you. Like, if you go outside, it's hot. You come back inside, it's cold. But it's good fun, though. You know.
Listen, want your insight on this fight of the weekend. Obviously, want to speak about you as well and the full heavyweight picture. First and foremost, you've been in the ring professionally with Alexander Usyk. Now that the dust has settled on that fight, what are the learns that you take away from it? What did you learn about him that maybe you could pass on to Anthony coming into this fight this weekend?
To be honest with you, bro, what I do for myself, I cannot give it to anybody else because some people cannot handle the way I train because I'm not orthodox. I'm just anything. I just hit where I'm balanced. If I'm balanced on the left foot and the right foot, I just hit with that. You know, I switch up. I don't box. I just do what I think it has to be done in that split second.
I think you showed the blueprint on how to beat Alexander, as in, like, say, if you look at the first 6 rounds of that fight, he was surprised at the intensity that you put on him, the heat that you put on him. You closed the gap, you controlled the spaces, what he normally does, and you was throwing shots, like you say, Derek, from everywhere and anywhere. Didn't matter if you was on your front foot, your back foot, you was letting right hands go, left hooks go, and that made him uncomfortable. That's the first and probably only time I've ever seen him like that, and that was like... That was showing the blueprint. Do you think that Joshua's got that in his locker? Do you think if he took anything from that, he could go, you know what? If I put that sort of heat on, I could, possibly get him out of there.
Listen, we know Joshua's got the heat on. You know, anytime if things go pear-shaped for him, if his mindset is the right mindset, he's gonna take the guy out. You know, I keep telling AJ, man, listen, I think you box much better when you're tired. Because if you look at the first, because I always go back to Dylan White's fight. You know, they went into that whole rumble when they were chucking punches, and then suddenly he composed himself and started using the jab, and he got the shots right, and then suddenly he went on an attack, boom, 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 and then suddenly he saw the opening, bang, bobs your ankle. There's an uppercut, you understand? So he has to just chuck it to the wind, man, just let it go.
Has he had that conversation with you, by the way? Has he asked you anything? Has he asked you anything about Alexander?
No.
He's not had that conversation. So I know you boys speak all the time.
No,
we speak daily.
We speak, but you see, the thing is, we speak, yeah. But I just keep telling him, listen, you have to do what you have to do. You know, until you take no prisoners. You know, hit this guy. But you know what I like most is, when I went to see him a couple weeks after my fight, I went to see sparring, and he was sparring, and I left. I didn't say anything. And then I saw him 2 days ago, you know, on the pads on the public workout. Totally two different people I saw. The way he was chucking his jab on the sparring day and the way he was chucking it on the workout day is totally different. If you look at his last public workouts and you look at the way he's doing it now, it's totally different. He's chucking the left hook the longer way now. He's chucking the jab the right way, using his strength on his feet, you know. So those are the things the new coaches showed him. This is what we have to do with this guy. You know, you don't have to be in his firing range. You create your own firing range, and we know who's very good at that in boxing, and that's Tyson Fury. Is very good at that. He is always on his own firing range. He don't let you get into your own firing range, basically. So it's going to be a buzzing fight.
You picked up on that, didn't you, on the open workout, Spence?
Yeah.
About, yes, it was slow motion. Of course it's slow motion. It's very different when it's the heat of battle on Saturday night. But he did look like he was trying to set traps. There was feints before the work, and that's going to be key come Saturday night.
Listen, I said that when I saw the public workout, which you normally get, like Derek would tell you, get nothing from. Derek turns up at a public workout and he don't even do anything. He might go in there and throw a few quid about or whatever, but he doesn't. What I'm saying is you get very little from, if anything, from a public workout. But I did take something from it. Like I said to you, I saw something different. Robert Garcia's obviously brought something to the table. Josh was going there with a game plan. He was feinting jabs downstairs. He was throwing the jab, as Derek said, differently. He was throwing the hook differently. He was throwing it long. He was throwing the body shots differently. Another weakness of Alexander's, he's been down 3 times in his career as an amateur, 3 different times in different fights, and each and every one was a body shot. It's something that maybe AJ should be targeting, because if he slows Usyk up, gets the feet slowed up, then he's in range. And then Joshua, if he hits you, mate, Derek will tell you better than anyone, better than I can tell you. Like, if he hits you, you stay hit. The guy can whack, with those little gloves on, he can whack. And I just think that Garcia, Derek, I think me and Derek might be the only two actually that have picked up on this from, like, Derek's seen it in his training. I saw it in the open workout where I go, he's going to bring something different. I've seen something different from Joshua that maybe normal people wouldn't see, because you don't know how he works on a day-to-day basis. But I definitely think it's going to be a different fight tactically in this one. We're going to see a different fight. I suppose I sort of got an idea what Joshua's going to bring. I just don't know what Usyk's going to do at the moment, and that's because of the weight that I believe that he may have put on. I don't know what tactically he's going to do. What do you think tactically he's going to do? Do you think that he will know that AJ's going to go for him?
I don't think the weight bothers Usyk, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sure.
If you listen to the press conference yesterday, that the guy swam for 5 hours. He swam he rode a bike 100 kilometers in the sun. The guy's crazy. Remember this guy, his country right now, there's a war.
Yeah.
When he won the belts, he went to the hospitals where the kids were, and he probably shed a tear, and then he's like, I can't let these kids down. I am going to war. You understand? So he's going to be fired up, but it's fine, like unbelievable. You don't understand. And AJ will be fired up as well, because he has to do it, for us at home. You understand? We cannot lose these belts again.
Do you see it from an AJ point of view as a shorter fight? I know it's scheduled for 12 rounds, but do you see his successes coming in that first 6?
He has to. He has to drop him down. He has to knock him down. He has to wipe the floor with this guy, But the guy he's boxing is unbelievable, So you listen. You have to be prepared to go to the other side, Do
you think he is? Do you think AJ's in? He has. Because there's that age-old saying, isn't there, about everybody's got a plan until you get whacked in the face.
To be honest with you, I was that plan, and until I get whacked in the face, I'm like, you know what? Let's chuck the sink to the game, bro. Let's just rock and roll, bro. Because what it is going to be, to be honest with you.
So what you're cut from a different cloth to the other guys, and that's the difference. It's like, I get what Adam's asking there. Is like, we saw it in the first fight with Usyk that AJ got clipped in the 3rd round and thought, whoa, hold a minute, he can hurt me a little bit, and he took his foot off the gas a little bit. You get clipped in the 3rd round, and you're a little bit kinky. That turns you on. You want to go again, and like there's not many heavyweights like you around anymore, and that's why you've been around so long, and that's why you're competing at world level still. I think that the $1 million question is, can AJ
get kinky?
Get rid of those
it's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, get rid of those demons and get kinky like War. I'm not sure if he can do that, and I think that if he can do that, he wins the fight. And I think that that's it. And I believe that AJ, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that he knows that's what he's got to do. He knows that he's not going to be able to stand off. He's not going to be able to give Usyk the space. He's not going to be able to let him get into a rhythm. I think he's got to take it as a 6-round fight, Del. I think he's got to roll the dice, and he's got to take it to the dude and try and take him out of there.
I take a couple interviews. I say, you know what? The best thing in this game is for this fight. If he loses on 12 rounds, he's gonna kick himself. But if he gets knocked out, you don't kick yourself. When you get knocked out, you get knocked out. You don't bother anymore. You're like, I got knocked out, on to the next one. But when you lose a fight on points, I've lost fights on points. And I come back and I'm like, that's embarrassing, you know. But when I got knocked out and I lost the fight, I got knocked out. What can I do?
I understand that.
I
understand that mentality, you know, because what Derek's saying is Derek's one of those that leaves it all in the ring, and if he gets to round 12, he feels like he ain't left it all in the ring. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I totally get that. Whereas AJ in the first fight against Usyk, he seemed happy to get to round 12. That was the thing, that when the bell rang, it was like a moral victory for him, because I think it was slowly slipping away from him. But that's why I think he's been so annoyed with his performance since then, because I've had this conversation with him, and he said like he's pissed off with the performance purely because he got it so wrong. And when Usyk gets into a rhythm, you can't get him out of that rhythm. It's very difficult to break that, and Josh never had the ability to be able to break that. So I think he recognises he's got to get him before he gets into a rhythm.
and I think boxing fans are really fickle, aren't they? I mean, it surprises me sometimes the reaction that Anthony Joshua gets from boxing fans, and I think win, lose or draw at the weekend, the manner of the display, it's throw the kitchen sink in it, leave it all in the ring, leave it all there, and whatever happens afterwards, then going forward, I think that the fans will respond more positively to that.
Yes. Listen, we can all sit here and say this and this, this color should be blue or red or white. But really and truly, the only two people who can make this fight happen and make it an exciting fight for us is the two people, Alexander and Joshua. Do you understand? So I would love AJ to walk in there to just let the guns go. To just don't care the three lines, just let them roll and just rock with it. Do you understand?
Knock out or be knocked out.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah,
You know,
I get that.
Every fighter would love to go in the ring and just from the get-go, just come off the gates and just rock and roll. Would love that.
Do you believe he will?
But guess what? We did love that when we saw what's the fight, Hagler and
Hagler Hearns.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it goes down as an all-time great
Exactly.
fight.
I would love to see that from AJ and Usyk. Just come up, and just
But
let it rip. We won't.
No,
I'd love to win 80 million, but I can't. I play the lottery every day, but
Listen, we're going to get Derek's take on where he's currently at as well in the heavyweight division in a minute. Do stick with us. Earlier on, you caught up with Johnny Nelson, didn't you? So let's get a little bit of a take of what Johnny had to say on this fight coming up at the weekend.
The devil's in the detail. Anthony Joshua now knows he cannot go in there and be three smart and try and outbox Alexander Usyk because he got shown that's never going to happen. So now he's got to go in there and be a bully. Show his size, show his strength. And I don't mean just running, all guns blazing, because he's going to walk into a shot. He's proper. Drop the dark hearts on him, throw this man, bounce him off the ropes, bully him, lean on him, whack him on the blind side of the referee, get him complaining to the referee so he's uncomfortable. What Usyk did when this fight was announced, Usyk was taking selfies with AJ, feeling comfortable in his presence. You look at old school boxing, look at when Duran boxed Ray Leonard. He got in his head 3 months before the fight. In that first fight, you look at when Ray Leonard did it with Marvin Hagler. Fighting isn't just about when the bell goes. It's foreplay. You've got to make that foreplay work.
Yeah, but Johnny, does Joshua have that in him to behave like that?
Well, he had it. That Joshua fought the likes of with that ruggedness against Dylan White. We've seen it. Joshua's become more. He's got more etiquette. He's become more correct. He needs that roughneck about him.
The problem with Joshua is that he's like a big sponge and he soaks everything up and he listens to everything and he allows things to get in his head, which is totally the wrong thing to do. Because I spoke to Evander Holyfield about this. I interviewed Evander yesterday, I think it was, and we was talking about. I said, "Listen, Evander, you lost to Riddick Bowe in your first fight. How did you turn that around and go and beat him again in the return?" And he said, "You've got to go soul searching, find yourself within. Don't listen to what's going on outside there because no one believed I could do that." Joshua's big problem is that he does listen to people. He does, he does ask for advice.
Which is the reason why after the last
that's
fight,
a problem because it creeps into the head.
Yeah, which is the reason why after his last fight, what he did was he wiped everybody off his social media, off his Instagram. He wasn't following anybody because he started to read and listen to the things what people said. You look at his circle now that's around him; it's gotten smaller. He's got a tight team around him, and that's what he needs to do. Have people like-minded that talk boxing, think boxing, eat boxing, sleep boxing, because when he gets in the ring on Saturday night, it's warfare. There's no nonsense. There's no old pals like He's got to get in there and do a job. To make Usyk feel comfortable in your presence is the worst thing you can do. You need this guy to be in his hotel room right now thinking, man, he's lost the plot there.
So there you go. Johnny thinks that the dark arts need to be inflicted in this fight at the weekend. What he means by that is that you've got to basically win by any which way.
Yes. You know, when I boxed Joseph Parker on the second fight, Buddy McGirt goes, I don't want you to box this guy. I want you to hit him everywhere. Hit him on the hips, hit him on the shoulders, hit him on the chest. Just hit him anywhere, apart from his face. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. Because the face is going to move, but just hit him on the shoulders, elbows. Just hit him anywhere. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. I get that, but I totally understand what Johnny's saying. Johnny's saying, listen, mate, you have to make this as rough as possible because the guy won't like it rough. When Derek roughed him up, anyone that ain't seen that fight, by the way, go back on YouTube, whatever, watch that fight. He showed the blueprint. When Derek roughed him up, he did not like it. You saw a look on his face that you have not seen on Usyk's face before. AJ needs to do that. He needs to go in there and he needs to go, right, boom, I lit him. It doesn't matter if I hit him on the chin, if I hit him on the head, if I hit him on the shoulder, if I hit him on the hip. It don't matter if I hit him with a hook and miss and hit him with an elbow. Whatever it is, he's got to do it. It's the referee's job to go break.
It's a fight.
Yeah, keep it clean, whatever. Just go in there and it's a dog fight.
Well, you make it a fight, don't you? You don't make it a boxing match, you make it a fight.
It's a dog fight, this one for AJ. This is it. He's got to put it all on the line. There is no more, let's get technical, let's do this and that. Go back to what you know, the rawness that took you to world heavyweight champion. We've seen this kid, AJ, from the start. Me and Del Boy have seen him from the start. Like, Derek has helped him from the beginning. I've seen him and Derek sparring when Joshua had one or two amateur fights. So he took a lot from Derek. Derek has always had the experience on him and that. And you've seen him develop. So you know that he's got it. It's there, but he's just got to re-find it. That's what it is.
You don't win an Olympic gold medal and become a two-time unified heavyweight world champion in 10 years if you don't take on information. You know what I mean?
They don't give gold medalists out like that.
Exactly.
No, that's right.
Let's all be honest, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Derek, just to finish off, let's talk about you. What's the current situation? Obviously, we've seen a lot of noise recently that maybe it was a fight with Tyson Fury.
It's just noise. You know, Tyson, listen, I apologize for saying this, but Tyson's got bipolar. You know, the guy 1 minute is retiring, 1 minute he's fighting he wants to fight for 500 trillion. Next minute he's just fighting for free so he can give all the money to charity. You know, next minute he's going on the world tour talking about depression and stuff like that. And getting paid on top of that, you know, and taking money off those people who really want to help, but he's just getting the coffers for his pockets. Do you understand? But listen, in our era, I don't think there'll be another fighter as great like Tyson. You know, from the beginning, and how he did it with the Klitschko brothers, and them not pushing him out and not trying to do the rematch straight away. You know, and then him surrendering the belts. You know. He's a great ambassador for our sport, but he's got problems. The guy he offered me the fight, and I said, okay, yes, send me the contract, and I'm still waiting. You know, and now he's trying to blame my management team, but it ain't gonna. It's to do with these people. You know, he needs to speak to Bob Arum, or is it Bob Arum? Or
Yeah.
Bob Arum Frank, look after him. Yeah.
Yeah,
He says that he
he needs to speak to his mummy and daddy, and then come and talk to the big boys first. You know,
He's saying that you turned down $2 million, you wanted TV rights, etc., and outpriced yourself from the fight.
I
That's
did not
basically
listen. I did not outprice myself from the fight. You know, put it this way. So to your listeners at home, yeah, he offered me $2 million. Okay, if he's offered me $2 million, fine. I'm not gonna just jump and take it. Where's the fight gonna be? You know, $2 million. That's your $2 million. Take that. But now you have to work for that. I have to work now to sell the fight on box office, sell the arena, which the arena would take at least 8-10 million. Pay-per-view would collect about maybe another 30 or 20. And then all that money that's going in his pocket, and I'm walking over with $2 million. Would you do that deal?
No, I make you right, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And then plus as well.
So you wanted to know is the situation with the pay-per-view, the situation with the stadium. Give me the situation.
Yes,
what the cut is. What the cut is.
Yeah, so he's trying to tell. Basically, he's just trying to mug me off like, You know, he's trying to. But I basically, if you watch the snatch film, you know, when the guy goes and when Tommy only goes and go buy us a caravan. He goes and buys a caravan. He loses a fighter there, yeah, and then he leaves there with a dog, yeah, and he goes back again. And he ends up buying 2 caravans for the traveling family. No, but he wanted a caravan. Do you understand? You see how this works?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm getting yeah. You understand? Okay, take the 2 million. Don't worry about everything else. If everything else, and it's only let's do it. I'll take 2 million, and the fight makes 150 million.
But yeah, I get you.
You get it.
I get what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is, Tyson,
he's earned his stripes. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
he's earned his stripes. Come on, give us a fair slice of the pie.
I don't even want. I just want to send the contract. Send the contract, and we look at the contract. That's it. Yeah.
If that one doesn't come, when are you going to fight again?
I tell you what, if that one don't come, yeah, I'm willing to. I really want the Chinese.
Zhang Jieli, who's on this weekend?
Zhang Jieli to win.
Okay.
You know, but it's a hard call for him.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know, because let's all be honest, yeah. If we're talking on business, if I was the president of WBC or IBF, yeah, all these belts, yeah. We look where the belts make money for everybody, and the belts don't make money in that guy's name. What's that guy? Hrgović has some belts. They don't make money. Hrgović never sold the arena route before. He can't even sell like 20,000 tickets out. So he can't. So it's a difficult call. I want Chinese guy to win. If he wins, I would challenge him to fight in Macau.
Wow.
Derek's on the plane, mate. That's what he does.
Wow.
He goes in the backyard. That's what he does, man. And, I'm carrying the bags for that one, by the way.
So basically, everything, that's the idea.
So that's why you're here.
No, you get it.
I see why I see it.
So we want to go to Macau. So if he goes on points, might tell the judge, yo, fella, man, sort this out, man. You know, might tell, what's the commentator's name? The for Matchroom, what's his name? The commentator, what's his name?
Who? Mike Costello?
No, the commentator, the guy who does
Michael Buffer.
David Diamante.
David Diamante. I might have told David Diamante to read the wrong scorecards and give it to the.
Listen, mate, just keep in your back pocket, yeah.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Brilliant.
thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much. Yeah, listen, Saudi's hot, man. It's burning out here, and give a shout out to all the Saudis, man, because I don't know how you guys live up here, boys, because it is. We know hot, fellas.
It's warm.
Yeah,
we can't even sunbathe. That's how bad it is.
It is. It's warm. It is warm. Listen, don't forget, we've got live exclusive commentary of Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua this Saturday night. 8 p.m. is when it all gets underway. Live, exclusive, and free. Make sure you come and join us and subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, and via the talkSPORT website for this podcast. We'll have another episode for you tomorrow from the weigh-in. Make sure you come and join us.